Our next comic is known as the Phantom of the Wallace Theater. He is also known as Scott Rydelski. Everyone, give it up for Scott Rydelski.
Hello, hello, hello. CBU, are you with me? Oh, come on, y'all can do better than that. CBU, are you with me? That's what I like to hear. All right, so as previously stated, my name is Scott Rydelski, and if you couldn't tell by my last name, I'm Mexican. Rydelski I actually get from my dad. He is a white Polish Jew, and my mother is Mexican, so that makes me half white and half Mexican. So they did it that way, so it doesn't matter what way you guys lean politically, you have some suspicion about me. Look, I'm either apologizing for existing or taking your job, so I'm sorry. But if Rydelski is too hard for you to pronounce, you can call me by one of my nicknames. My friends like to call me Scooter, Scotty, or my mom's favorite, her 21-year-old stretch mark. Let's see, what else about me? Oh, I'm a 3-wing 2 Enneagram, and if you're confused by what I just said, don't worry, I am too. But I'm sure someone in your friend group will be more than happy to tell you after the show. We know we all have that one friend who knows a little way too much about it. They'll show up to social events like, oh my God, you guys, I spent all day learning about these Enneagrams. Oh my God, they're my new identity backed by science. Shut up, let me tell you all what you are. We all know who I'm talking about. And they'll go on to ask you these questions that just seem super vague that can really apply to anybody. Like, okay. So, do you like to sleep? Oh my God, you're a total 9. And for you older generation trying to get what I'm saying, Enneagrams are the new form of the Myers-Briggs personality test. There you would get results like ENFP, INTP. Mine is IDRC, I don't really care. But the distinction is that more of how people use their numbers. You know, you'll see people use their numbers as a more neighborhood-friendly kind of pronoun, like, hi, I'm Beth, I'm a 4-wing 3, but I identify as a 7. Or you'll see them use it to justify their bad habits. Like the other day, I picked up my nephew from preschool. And as I picked him up, his teacher was there, standing alongside of him, waiting for me. And I thought this was odd, so I come up and she goes, hi, I just wanted to let you know something happened today in class. I got in a little bit of a mood, and I accidentally yelled at Joe during coloring class today. But you know what 6 is in our mood swings and how we can get. And I'm like, no, you're just an awful person. No, don't blame it on my nephew for your new identity backed by science. Besides, you're not a 6. You're actually a 1 who's pretending to be an 8. I know that because I'm a 3, and I hate that I know that. And besides, Joe's a 2, so he's sensitive. I'm sensitive too. The reason that I think I'm sensitive is because my mother, she raised me on Spanish soap operas as a kid. But I'm sorry, that's not the right word for it. I mean, telenovelas. You gotta add that little flair in there. So if you're not familiar with telenovelas, I'll explain it to you. So just imagine you're watching Twilight. Any Twilight fans? Yeah, so just imagine you're watching Twilight. There's no vampires or werewolves, and the acting is a lot worse. Not so much that it's worse, it's more dramatic, okay? Where over here you'll have Bella, and she's trying to obviously make her choice between Edward and Jacob. So she's standing there, and you're sitting there eating your popcorn, and then she goes, Edward, I love you. And we're like, oh, she chose. We're over here, we have Josefina, and she's trying to pick between her lovers, and she's in the middle of it trying to make her choice. Pablo Juan. And that's where I go, ooh, I can grab a Fanta, because by the time I go grab my drink and come back, this woman is still going, es que yo no, ay, pero qué voy a hacer, pero sí, pero no. And then the violins come in, it's, nya, 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 nya. And then, ooh, I can get even more food. So I come back with my Christmas handmade tamales, right? And then finally she stops and she goes, love you. And so I go, ay, no me digas. Another thing I like about telenovelas is that they follow a rule of threes. Now in comedy, we have a rule of threes where you tend to repeat something to an audience 3 times, and that's to maximize the joke. In telenovelas, you do the same thing to make the episode more dramatic, and they'll do it in what we call an ay. Someone will exclaim ay in one of 3 ways, but it'll happen in every episode. Either someone is gonna get slapped, someone's gonna pull out a gun, or someone's gonna get kissed. Almost in that progression, so it almost sounds like I, and I. Yeah, I tried that last one on my girlfriend. She did not like that. I mean, and sure, I shouldn't have tried the slap and the gun first, but you live and learn in relationships, you know? But no, yeah, I'm in a relationship. It's great. Yeah, you can cheer for that. I did it. But no, yeah, we were able to make it through the pandemic, which is great. Despite all the challenges, not being able to see each other, and when we do, everyone looks like a poor man's Assassin's Creed. But I'm glad we are where we are. I'm glad to be in a stable relationship entering this new stage of post-COVID. Because I'll level with you guys, I don't think I can date in this new post-COVID world. There's too many uncertainties. And who I worry about is you people, CBU, all hopped up and trigger happy for your Ring by Springs, MRS degrees. Look, if you're a newly young couple and you're thinking about getting married, heed my advice. See what's below the mask first. Because let's be real, from the eyes up, a lot of you got it. A lot of you guys look mighty fine. From the mask down, you're screwed. All right, gentlemen, where's my gentleman in the crowd? All right, now you guys may think you might have your next Disney princess on your hands, but be wary because she might have the nice hair, the beautiful eyes, but as soon as she pulls down her mask and you get Yzma, that's on you, bud. And ladies, where are my ladies at? It goes both ways. You might think you have your Prince Charming all nice and suave, pull it down, Chippendale with buck teeth. And that's on you too. But even the rise of online dating has even risen throughout the pandemic, because that's the safest way to meet people. I mean, people are going up on Tinder to find people who are intentional and in my area. And I find it funny because COVID has really made us all our parents' worst nightmares, hasn't it? I mean, what have we been taught our whole lives? Don't talk to strangers. Don't take rides from strangers. Don't take food or candy from people you don't know. Yet look at us, going on Tinder. We're getting rides from Uber drivers who you definitely know are serial killers. We're getting food from Grubhub drivers who you know for a fact spat in your food because you didn't tip them well enough. For your every late night food craving, you're sitting there and you're like, I can either drive 5 minutes, be back in 15, or spend $9 on a delivery fee to get me some chicken nuggets. And I could watch the episode of The Office for the 10th time. Yeah, well, it is the one where Ryan started the fire, so. Okay, 20. Tip your driver. 0. They got Prop 22, they're fine. I know, embarrassing, right? Guys, this is great. I'm glad that I've been able to perform for you guys. Give it up for the people who were able to make this event possible. Especially because there was a lot that, we lost and we missed from COVID. So it's nice to have a moment like this where we can rest and enjoy a little slice of normalcy, kind of like a healing process. Like, I lost my dog over the pandemic, unfortunately. I lost my little baby Twix. We let him out the front door. He was snatched up by a coyote, just ran off. It was heartbreaking. And it was even sadder to hear the howling of the coyotes kind of digging into him. It was traumatizing for my family and I. And what was even scarier is that 2 hours later, we saw another pack of coyotes in our backyard. And so we opened the door, and if you looked very intently, you listened very closely, you could hear one coyote say to the other, you know what, Bill, you're right. Left Twix does taste better than right Twix. Hey, he's my dead dog, not yours. This is my coping mechanism. Let's see, what else do I miss? Miss entertainment, obviously. I miss amusement parks, movie theaters, but above all, I miss concerts. Anybody else miss concerts? Yeah. Stagecoach and Coachella crazies. I miss them too. I've even decided who's going to be the first artist I see when we get back and we're able to see concerts. And that artist is Cher. Now, before you all look at me and go, that does make sense. He would like Cher. Let me explain. I don't want to see Cher and her greatest hits tour. No. I want to see Cher, the Gimme 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 World Tour. And if you ain't chuckling yet, I'll explain. Back in 2018, Cher, when promoting the new Mamma Mia movie, released an album with not one, not two, but all 10 tracks of the same song, Gimme 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 A Man After Midnight by ABBA. And it's just 1 hour loop of her singing the exact same song, each one with a little different beat, and they're labeled 1, 2, 3, going all the way down. So I just want to be there. I want to be there in the front row. See that amazing show-stopping number. Then the crowd's roaring, and I emerge and I go, play number 4! Play number 4! Then you know some jerk 2 seats over me is gonna go, no, play number 7! Play number 7! Then another guy back here, I don't know why we're all guys here at a Cher concert, but we're fighting, right? And Cher, she sees us and she's like, hey, I'll do them all. And we're like, thank you, Cher. And she goes, hey, I got you, babes. Yeah, the impression wasn't so great either. No, it's just, I think that observing someone like Cher at her age doing a stunt like that is just worth the price of admission. It's exciting to see something like that. I made no real argument to you guys for you guys not to think I'm a huge Cher fan, huh? I just think that people watching someone like Cher is worth the price of the admission. It's interesting. Nah, I take that back. No, I don't get people watching. I've never understood the concept of it. I know people like it. They do it at Disneyland and parks. Anyone here like people watching? No people? Oh, perfect. So just so you guys know, that's the Uber serial killer I was talking about earlier. Do not take their car after the show. She's probably sitting there like, I'm people watching right now. Oh boy. But no, people watching is like being the crocodile hunter and not interacting or doing some dangerous stunt with the beast that you've just encountered. Just once, I want to see someone go, oi! There's a Sheila, a female, one of the most dangerous of species. She's sitting there, mind her own business with a Starbucks coffee. I'm gonna tell her eyebrows are uneven. No one has ever done that. However, I will admit I am guilty of people watching at times. My girlfriend and I have done it here on campus. And let me say, you guys say the darndest things. I want to share with you guys 2 of my favorites, both hand to God, true stories. So the first one happens when we're in line over at Wanda's. We're standing there trying to figure out what we're gonna eat, and I hear behind me, no, you don't understand. I'm gonna buy him a promise ring. It's like a leash so he doesn't leave me. All right, that guy's gonna be in the doghouse. Or my favorite, we'd be sitting outside just enjoying the night air, and then I hear behind me, no man, you don't understand. If she breaks up with me, I'm gonna steal her wheelchair. What? I mean, yeah, that'll have her crawling back for sure, but let's see, what else do I miss? I miss sports. Oh my gosh, I'm a big sports aficionado. I love going to sporting events. I love playing sports. Actually, growing up, being Mexican American, I was destined to play 2 sports, soccer and baseball. So I tried soccer, and I lasted for 1 season. Just one, because I don't know about you guys, but running around all day, kicking each other in the shins, not my idea of fun. I mean, sure, if you CBU soccer people are here, yeah, orange slices, juice boxes, very tempting. But that can only work out for me for so long, you know? So then I went on to play baseball for 8 years of my life. Now, I don't mean to brag, but I'm what you call a triple threat in baseball. I couldn't catch a ball, I couldn't throw a ball, and for the love of God, I couldn't hit a ball. Like, the parents, they treated me like I had some disease. I'd be walking up and they'd be like, oh no, oh, it's him. I can't watch this, this is... You got this, Scotty boy! We're all here to support you. We're praying for you. I mean, you know it's bad when it's the bottom of the ninth inning, you got the bases loaded, 2 outs, you're down by 1 run. You need a walk, or you need a hit, just to tie the game, or any contact by this point, it is Little League. But the coach, he calls timeout. He sits you down, he kneels, he looks at you in your eyes, and then he looks at you and goes, hey, just have fun, buddy. That is the universal term for you suck and we're gonna lose. So after those 8 years, I quit. And then I went on to join swimming. Let's see, swimming was great. I ended up doing very well for myself. I really enjoyed swimming. However, there was always one small, slight drawback, if you will. I had to wear a Speedo. Now I know a lot of you guys are looking at this like, contraband, shield your eyes. Don't worry, I am not going to put it on, okay? And so, look at this, you guys. That's it. You are in front of God and everybody on this thing. And there's 2 things that I've noticed when you're a guy and you're wearing a Speedo. Every guy will do one of 2 things when they're about to start swimming in a race. You're up at the block, official says take your marks. First thing they'll do, and then, whether you believe in God or not, say this prayer. Hey, God, you know, I'm a good guy. Just please, you know. And then you go up and you do your race. But that's because that is the Lord's shame wreck. Okay, you see it all the time in the Bible, that something with a Speedo-like substance or Speedo-like clothing has resulted in shame. Adam and Eve. You really think Adam was that ashamed that he was naked in front of Eve? Even more ashamed, he had to put a fig leaf Speedo on right afterwards. David and Bathsheba. David saw Bathsheba bathing on the roof. He stripped down from his Speedo, and we all know how that turned out. Even Jesus on the cross. My God, why have you forsaken me? Yes, it was because he was carrying all the sins of the world upon him, but the dude had to do it in a Speedo. All right, that's my time. Thank you guys so much. Oh, wait, by the way, hey, Cher, play number 4. Thank you guys. Good night.